Again?
Yeah, the beans are, it's actually a coffee roaster, and you put the beans in here and they're roasted.
Nice.
And it has a profile based on the type of beans you have.
Okay.
Once they're roasted, then I have a special food processor that cracks the beans and you get the nibs out of it.
Okay.
So, and then the nibs are put to grind. So this is a nut grinder, and this here is 90% dark chocolate. So it's 1 kilogram. So it's 900 grams of cocoa nibs and 100 grams of sugar, and that creates a 90% dark chocolate. And this will be ground for 15 to 20 hours till you get a very smooth, what is called cocoa liqueur. And once that is finished, then you get chocolate that looks like this. This one may actually, yes. This one is 80% dark chocolate. But this here is unstable.
Okay.
So it has to be tempered.
Okay.
Tempered, what tempered does, there are 10 crystals in here, and tempering stabilizes the crystals.
Okay.
So you put it in this machine, and for dark chocolate, you will heat it up to 108 to 112 degrees, and then cool it back down to 90 degrees, at which point you start molding. Put it in the mold. That allows your chocolate to set.
Okay.
If you don't temper your chocolate properly, two things happen. It doesn't get hard, and you get molding, and you get that white mold that you get on it. That is from improperly tempered chocolate.
Interesting.
Now, sometimes when you buy a chocolate in the supermarket, when you pull off the foil, you see that white blooming. It's called blooming.
Okay.
That's because they transported the chocolate. It may have been refrigerated. Now, when you put it in the store, it's not refrigerated properly.
Right.
You get moisture interacting with the sugar on the chocolate, and you get blooming.
Okay.
So good tempered chocolate, you will not get blooming in it, and also you get a nice bright sheen on your chocolate.
Oh, nice.
And that is able. Now, for example, right now it's 23 degrees Celsius here, which is just about 75 degrees. Chocolate stays fine between 65 and 75. A lot of people freeze chocolate, or they put it in the refrigerator. The average refrigerator is about 55 degrees.
Oh, so that's a no-no.
Yeah, what you should do is when you're ready to eat the chocolate, set it outside, let it get to room
temperature, and then
you eat the chocolate.
Okay, that's good to know.
So all of these here are the different type of molds. For example here, this is what is called a three-dimensional mold. And what you do with this is you put, for example, in this mold, you will put a piece of, this is transfer.
Edible?
Edible transfer is made with cocoa butter.
Oh, interesting.
And you put the transfer in the mold, and you lock it in place. So there's the transfer showing. And when you pour the chocolate, it transfers onto the chocolate. Yeah, so that's nice. So we have all different patterns here. This is the type of mold that you get when you buy the big chocolates in the store, the Lindt chocolates. They use this type of mold. So this is a magnetic mold.
Oh, okay.
You pour the chocolate into there, and then you turn it over, and all the chocolate drains out. And then you pipe the filling back into it, and that's how you get it. So what I tell people is when you buy a Lindt chocolate, it only has about 5% chocolate and 95% filling. That's why it's so cheap.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay?
Gotcha.
That's exactly what happens when you get a chocolate. So that's what this does. That's what you're paying for, is filling. Okay? So, when you get your chocolate like this, this chocolate here, all that you have there is nibs and sugar. The nibs have oil in it, which is what we call cocoa butter.
Right.
So that's what is producing the liquid. That's why it's in liquid form. And it will get down to about, I said, 20 to 30 microns. At which point, when you cool it, then you do your tempering and everything. So, we're going to make some chocolate.
Yay! All right.